So the first one's what I'm calling synthetic data revolution. And so new algorithms, new methods with generative AI allow us to create massive amounts of synthetic data and attributes that almost represent who we are as individuals. And if you think about that, that breaks down into two pieces. It's data that we can use to analyze what we want to give to individuals in terms of recommendations. And then it's content that's kind of unique. And the first one, the easiest example is if I go to a restaurant like Sweetgreens, there's a whole bunch of things that I buy and put on my Caesar salad. What I can do is actually create synthetic data that represents additional attributes. I like anchovies, I don't like cheese, I like croutons, etc. And so the synthetic data will actually be, with very high confidence, representative of real data. And that's really powerful in financial services and healthcare, where there's a lot of regulation, in environments where there's a need for privacy, in situations where there's very limited data and we want to test a certain algorithm. And so I think synthetic data in 2024, because of this convergence of different types of AI, will proliferate on the data side. The other piece, which is interesting, is content. And so there's been a lot of headlines around organizations like Sports Illustrated creating AI content around news. There's been reports of celebrities that have had deep fakes and fake content. Our team actually created a deep fake of me with my voice talking, which was really scary. And so I think there's going to be a massive proliferation of synthetic content from AI platforms. And those are going to be, it's going to proliferate in 24 in a really big way. So synthetic data revolution is kind of one of our big themes this year. The second one is RoboCop reimagined. So Elon Musk just said that he expects 1 billion humanoids in the workforce by the 2030s. And if you think about that, 1 billion humanoids, and those humanoids will do everything from pack and ship in distribution centers, to help build cars, to take care of our elderly parents in an aging society. And if the amazing thing is you're seeing some of that. And so right now, Tesla launched what it calls Optimus. So I think that's kind of named after Optimus Prime, the Transformer. And that's their $20,000 price point humanoid robot that they're going to deploy in factories. We saw Amazon begin to test, pack, and ship in distribution centers with humanoids. So I think for now, we're not going to see a massive proliferation, but in 2024, I think more and more in different industries, from healthcare to retail to industrials and automotive, we're going to start seeing the introduction of these new humanoids, and the convergence of different types of AI, neural networks, et cetera, are going to make that more real for us than ever before. So RoboCop reimagined is our second amplified trend for 24. The third one is an interesting one. I call it AI algorithms unite. And what I mean by that is that over the course of 23, and since the launch of ChatGPT, everyone has been talking about generative AI. But generally what they're doing is talking about generative AI is in terms of leveraging tools like OpenAI and Bard and other platforms to, in essence, improve certain things. Improve an article I'm going to write, a speech I'm going to give, a recipe I'm going to create for my family. And so these large language models and these multi-use case environments have democratized access to AI for a large segment of the population. You don't have to be a data scientist to bring that to life. But really what's going to happen over the course of 2024, I think organizations, government, private sector, are going to combine, kind of generative AI with existing advanced analytics, machine learning, other methods, and their data sets to create unique use cases that are going to improve the efficiency of those businesses and help them grow faster. One example is Agent Assist. So with Agent Assist, what you can do is, for example, if you're calling in and I'm planning an itinerary for you, I can ask AI to help me with that travel itinerary, and it can be generated in a very, very quick period of time. And all the things I would otherwise do, like book a restaurant, book the hotel, book my flights, book the excursions, book the transfers, all that takes a lot of human time to do right now. But with a combination of internal data sets and generative AI, what I can do is I can dramatically speed up the ability to create those type of travel itineraries. Softline organizations like Saks Fifth Avenue and others will be able to create experiences and specific curated clothing for you in a very fast way. And the key there is it's not going to replace the human, but what it'll do is it'll combine all the internal data with everything we've seen in the last year from generative AI to solve unique use cases and dramatically improve experience and efficiency in the business. Another great example is you're seeing in the healthcare space, oncologists start to say, hey, can I let AI do a double check on my review of a chart, for example? And the AI will read it and it may have an anomaly versus what the doctor recommended. Doctor will review that with you and say, hey, AI is right, or really want to stick with our recommendation. So I think AI algorithms will unite, and there'll be really impressive use cases in organizations that take advantage of all the data and algorithmic work that has happened over the 10 years with a cherry on top with generative AI. So that's AI algorithms unite. The fourth is something that's been building over time, but I think is going to proliferate in a big way this year. And I'm calling it Phygital. So it's the combination of digital and physical to create very unique experiences across tech and touch. And so, if you think about it, over time, we went from multi-channel to omni-channel to connected commerce. Last year, I wrote about that in my 23 Amplify trends. And this year, I think, AI or augmented AR and AI, augmented reality and AI, are going to allow organizations from retailers, traditional retailers, to gas stations, to real estate companies, to lodging companies, to basically turn everything into a storefront for you and I. And there's new technologies now that are being incubated in places like XRC Labs up in New York that allow you to basically turn everything into a showroom. And there's a lot of advantages to this, because if I go to a hotel room and stay in that hotel room and I really like a desk or some sheets or a candle, what I want to do is be able to buy there. And so I really believe that we're going to see a proliferation of these technologies. And if you couple those with AI and commerce platforms like Salesforce Commerce Cloud or Shopify, what will really very quickly happen is folks will leapfrog, almost like the cell phone revolution leapfrog landlines in Africa. We'll see a leapfrogging of the existing technology to some of these new platforms, and we'll start seeing that tested at scale in 2024. The last trend that I wanted to kind of share, and I think is something we're going to see, and it's going to be everywhere in 2024, is what I'm calling fake or real. And what I mean by fake or real is that in a matter of weeks, right, we've seen headlines around content and data and other things that are appearing that are deep fakes, for example. And I really believe in 2024, we're going to see a massive introduction of fake content around stars, around individuals. It's going to be used for fraud. It's going to impact the value of brands in a different way. And I think there's going to be an establishment of a certification process, meaning, almost like a process by which we say this is certified as real. And the certification process sees, along with a new form of cyber that helps organizations defend and win against fake content, fake information that impacts and hurts their brand, is going to proliferate. But I think this is a risk to what I mentioned earlier, which is a broader geopolitical trend. 2 billion people voting. A lot of them are using things like TikTok and other platforms to get their information. It is very, very, very easy now to influence those elections and introduce things that are fake. And you don't no longer have individuals introducing those fake things. Now we have AI introducing those fake things at scale. So I just want to summarize one last time. There's 5 big trends that we're predicting for 2024: synthetic data revolution, RoboCop reimagined, AI algorithms unite, Phygital everywhere, and fake or real. And I think these are going to have massive impacts to how we work, the growth in our businesses, the efficiencies we're able to create, and the broader geopolitical and societal impacts from these technologies.